If you are new to our High Priest channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back.
Everything belongs in a certain spot, like on a motor. The battery does not belong in the motor. Pistons and rod belong in the motor. Rings belong in the motor. Okay, everything has a specific place. In this Bible, things are all over, and they're in those places for a reason. But like when you cherry pick and take that from over there and over there, and then you try to make your own narrative, make it be out of what. Let's do it like the word say. I'm gonna prove to you it's not written like that. And then I'm gonna prove to you what it means when it talks about love thy neighbor as thyself. Greetings, our Hebrews, like brothers and sisters. This is the High Priest, L.D. Smith, the Watchman on the wall. Family, as always, grab that King James. But first and foremost, want to give a shout out to the whole family, Israel. Giving all praise to the Most High living God of Israel and on earth. All right, family. Now we got a fine teaching. I think I named this one here, someone on the line. Jesus has a problem with the priests and the Levites. Oh yeah. And if you now, don't go nowhere now. Don't go nowhere. Stay right here. And I'm gonna prove it to you. And another thing, he is not, and I repeat, he's not the Son of the Most High. Giving all praise to the Most High living God of Israel. Now, family, I always ask you guys to read along with me. I ask you guys to think about the reading. Listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth. I want you to do some critical thinking. Think about this right here, please. Think about this, and I know it's gonna pop. It's going to pop just like that. All you got to do is just think about it. Just think about it. And this word will reveal itself because it's alive. Now, that being said, we're going to go forward in our teaching. Now, we're coming out of the book of Luke. Luke chapter 10, we're going to begin around, let's begin around about, I figure 25. Now, watch it right here now. I want you guys to think about it, please. Now, now here's this lawyer and Jesus is talking here. Now look what he says here. He says, this is Luke 10, chapter 10, verse 25. It says, and behold, a certain lawyer stood up. Now, listen now, think about this right now before we get started. Why a certain? You can't tell me the individual's identity or nationality? I mean, you said about, I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but you give the nationality of the individual that we're going to be discussing here. You say he's a Samaritan. But now, when it comes down to everybody else, it's always a certain. To me, that's the first red flag. But I just want you to do some critical thinking. Just think about what is transpiring. Now look what he says here now. He says, and behold, a certain lawyer stood up and tempted him, saying, Master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? And he said unto him, what is written in the law? How readest thou? And he answered and said, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. Pump the brakes. That's not what it says. And I'm going to prove it to you. Now, it does tell someone to love thy neighbor as thyself, but it's not written like this. See, you gotta know where everything belongs in a certain spot, like on a motor. The battery does not belong in the motor. Pistons and rods belong in the motor. Rings belong in the motor. Okay, everything has a specific place. In this Bible, things are all over, and they're in those places for a reason. But then, like when you cherry pick and take that from over there and over there, and then you try to make your own narrative, make it be out of what. Let's do it like the word say. I'm gonna prove to you it's not written like that, and then I'm gonna prove to you what it means when it talks about love thy neighbor as thyself. Now let us go here. Now I'm gonna come back to this. Let us go to Deuteronomy chapter 20, chapter 6. Watch this right here. Now we're gonna go back here to Deuteronomy chapter 6. Deuteronomy chapter 6. Now watch this right now. I'm gonna show you. All I want you to do is just pay pay close attention, and we're going to do this by the script. We're not going to deviate from anything. Deuteronomy chapter 6, let's look at verses 5. Look what it says here. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words, it says nothing about loving thy neighbor. Now it's in here. But I'm going to show you where it's at, and then I'm going to show you who he's talking about. Now you can see clearly here now, Moses is talking to who? The Israelites. But let's keep on. He said, and these words, which I command thee this day, shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children. So he's talking about passing it down, right? Okay, now let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 10. Watch this. I'm going to show you. And then we're going to go back over there because Jesus got a problem with the priests and the Levites. He specifically pointed them out. Now I'm going to show you. Now we're in Deuteronomy chapter 10. Let's look at verses 12. Look what it says. And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all of his ways, and to love him, and to serve him. Serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the law of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day. He's talking to who? Those back there. But they're supposed to pass it down from generation to generation, right? Now, only to who? Their people. Now, let's go back here. Now I'm gonna show you something. Okay, now you want to know where it talks about loving thy neighbor as thyself. And then you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's go to the book of Leviticus. Now watch this. Watch this right here now. All I ask you to do is just watch what's going on. Watch what's going on. Leviticus chapter 19. Watch this. Now I'm going to show you. Leviticus 19:18. Watch this right here. Thou shalt not what? Avenge nor bear any grudge against who?
The children.
The children of who?
Of thy people.
Of who?
Of thy people.
Now remember now, this man here is supposed to be a Samaritan, who fell among thieves. See, this is where the book of Leviticus is talking about the Levites, nobody else. That's why the book is named after them. He's telling them about your people. So this stranger that fell among thieves and that was in the ditch that was left for dead, he's not our people. See, that's where a lot of y'all get in trouble at. See, y'all always want to help everybody. If you say you're Levi, you want to always see you get in trouble.
Click on the link for the teaching and subscribe if you believe we should only obey the voice of the Most High God as commanded and no one else.